Now, actor and filmmaker Tyler Perry sued for $260 million over sexual allegations. The complaint filed in Los Angeles accuses Perry of creating a, quote, coercive, exploitative dynamic with actor Dixon.
Got the whole world in his hand. Hey, I'm just sitting here on my porch just looking. What am I looking at? I'm looking to the hills from whence cometh my help. For my help, some of y'all know the rest. I just wanted to come on and just tell everybody, just be as calm as you can.
Hey man, I say my prayers and I'm a spiritual person. And I'm gonna let God settle all this craziness and all this. But we can't all do that, Eddie. Yeah, but that's what I'm doing, man. You know, that's what I'm doing.
I mean, I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls. So maybe one day we'll have a conversation. But I think Eddie got to a place in his life, he's like, look, I've done it all. I've seen it all. Peace out. So, I don't know. I love to work with Eddie.
It's official. The Me Too movement for male actors is here, and Tyler Perry might be the first alleged predator to go down. After years of rumors about Tyler's inappropriate behavior with young actors on set, Tyler just got hit with a massive lawsuit from an actor who claims Tyler SA'd him while working on his TV show. And of course, the whole industry now has something to say about this mess, even though they all turned a blind eye for years and continued to work with Tyler. But there's one person who consistently refused to associate with Tyler. I'm talking about none other than Eddie Murphy. See, Tyler Perry has spent years trying to get Eddie on board with movie offers and public shout-outs. Tyler practically begged Eddie to work for him, but Eddie never budged. And now we might know why. Now that Tyler's empire is starting to crumble and more disturbing allegations are surfacing, Eddie's distance suddenly looks less like a coincidence. Let's just say this: when one of the most powerful men in Hollywood is being accused of things this serious, you start to reevaluate who said no to him and what they might have seen coming. So let's break down exactly what's going on with this lawsuit against Tyler Perry, why Tyler has tried so hard to bring Eddie into the fold, and what Eddie knew about Tyler's alleged predatory behavior.
The complaint, Tyler Perry has been using his power and influence to impressionable and vulnerable employees and actors who look to him for guidance and mentorship while pursuing their dreams.
All right, first let's talk about this lawsuit against Tyler Perry, because right now the whole of Hollywood is buzzing about it. Dixon, an actor who appeared in over 80 episodes of Perry's hit shows The Oval and Ruthless, just filed a lawsuit that could shake Tyler Perry Studios to its core. The suit, filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, accuses Perry of SA, inappropriate behavior, retaliation, and creating a predatory work environment. And the dollar figure attached to this case, a whopping $260 million. But what's even crazier than the money is the story behind this lawsuit. So according to Dixon, Tyler allegedly began grooming him soon after he cast him, luring him in with praise, promises of production deals, and career elevation, only to flip the script with unwanted advances, inappropriate texts, and what he describes as coercive SA. And apparently, it wasn't just one vague incident either. Dixon described a pattern of behavior that went on for years. And he alleged everything from groping on set to a horrifying incident in the Bahamas where he claims he was forcibly SA'd during a cast trip. Dixon claims Tyler would constantly ask him weird questions about his intimate life and make suggestive comments about his looks. And according to Dixon, Tyler also got jealous of Dixon's interactions with other men on set. Dixon also included multiple screenshots in his lawsuit of alleged conversations between him and Tyler, including messages in which Tyler asks, "What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex?" And then in another creepy message, Tyler compared Dixon to a rose, but added that he's so blocked that you refuse to be smelled or opened. But hold up, y'all, it gets even crazier. In his complaint, Dixon claims Tyler asked him what position he was, and then confessed that he himself is a top. And according to Dixon, Tyler also told him, when you have a big D and when you hit the G spot on these bottoms, they go crazy. Dixon also claims that Tyler told him he was looking for a friends with benefits type of situation, and he wanted to find a man who was in a relationship with someone else, but would also agree to sleep with him on the side. Dixon said Tyler explained he preferred this arrangement because he did not have time to deal with the emotional aspect of a relationship, only the physical. Dixon alleges that Tyler used his power as both showrunner and studio head to dangle opportunities and threaten consequences. At one point, Tyler allegedly promised to produce a pilot Dixon had written, but only if he agreed to certain conditions. And when Dixon didn't comply, he claimed his character on The Oval was suddenly killed off, and his calls stopped getting answered. According to Dixon, the mental toll was devastating. He developed PTSD, depression, and physical symptoms. And in terms of finances, he says he lost close to $500,000 walking away from it all. Now, as for Tyler's response, his legal team was quick to deny everything, claiming Dixon's lawsuit is nothing more than a scam and a money grab.
An attorney for Perry and his production company denied the allegations in a statement to Access, claiming that Dixon is, quote, an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. The statement went on to note that Perry, quote, will not be shaken down, and that his counsel is confident these fabricated claims will fail. When asked for comment, Dixon's legal team told Access that at this time they believe the complaint speaks for itself.
But see, the problem is that this isn't the first time we're hearing about this type of allegation about Tyler preying on young male actors. Derek Dixon may be the first to take it to court, but rumors have been swirling for years. In fact, just 2 years ago, actor Christian Keys stirred the pot by posting a cryptic video claiming he'd been harassed by 2 powerful black men in Hollywood. And while he didn't name names, Christian dropped enough hints that everyone concluded one of those men was Tyler Perry. Christian claimed that Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy inspired him to speak out and share his story. And he pointed out that this type of stuff happens to young men in the industry all the time, but most of them are reluctant to talk openly about it.
Has reminded me about not just me, because it was brutal going through it, because it lasted for years.
Now keep in mind that Christian got his start in Hollywood with Tyler Perry's Diary of a Mad Black Woman in 2005. He also went on to work with Tyler on other projects like Medea Goes to Jail, What's Done in the Dark, and All the Queen's Men. And given that long history, a lot of people were convinced that Christian was implying that Tyler was one of the powerful men who preyed on him.
I've kept one of these on me since 2005. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once I was like, well, I gotta protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police. As a crime, attempted sexual is a felony. Literally strategically planning my next 8 moves. I'm good. God got me, because he was watching when I was offered these opportunities and I didn't say yes. I didn't sell my soul or my ass. Excuse my French, y'all. I know some of y'all, hopefully y'all don't have no kids around, but I didn't sell nothing for success. It's like, nah, that's not what I want.
Christian also said that the men who allegedly harassed him were relentless, refusing to take no for an answer and coming at him repeatedly over the years. And then he also explained why he let the statute of limitations expire, claiming he still plans to turn over all the evidence and recordings he has to the police.
Statute of limitations expire. It's not about money, but I'm gonna have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual. I wasn't working for him in the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined. Because again, scenic route. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else, so he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him, and I had told him over and over, and he still always tried shit. Just tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept.
But after Christian's video went viral, something strange happened. Christian practically disappeared from the face of the earth. He stopped posting, and he never again mentioned all that stuff from his video, despite claiming he was ready to go to the police with all his evidence. So what happened? Well, rumors started flying around that Tyler Perry might have quietly handed Christian a big payout and silenced him with an NDA. But now, with Derek Dixon's massive lawsuit pushing these accusations back into the spotlight, all those old rumors and stories are bubbling back to the surface. Meanwhile, fans are digging deeper and bringing up actors who seemingly tried to warn us about Tyler a long time ago. And one name that keeps coming up is none other than Eddie Murphy. See, Tyler spent years practically begging Eddie to join his empire. He dangled roles, pitched collaborations, and publicly praised Eddie, hoping to get the comedy legend on board.
Have you ever thought of a Medea meets the Clumps? You know I love to come in here and give you some ideas.
Listen to me. I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls. So maybe one day we'll have a conversation. But I think Eddie got to a place in his life. It's like, look, I've done it all. I've seen it all. Peace out. So I don't know. I'd love to work with Eddie on something for sure.
You just gotta walk up on him the next time you guys are one of these Oscar parties.
No, Eddie doesn't show up anywhere. Eddie is a recluse. He shows up nowhere. If I find him, I will corner him.
But Eddie wasn't having any of it, and he consistently shut down every offer from Tyler, refused meetings, and kept his distance. And look, Eddie's never had a problem putting on a dress or going all out for a role. So if that was the reason he stayed away from Tyler, that would make sense. Eddie's played plenty of wild, over-the-top characters that pushed boundaries, so that's definitely not it. So why did Eddie keep shutting down Tyler's offer to work together? Well, one insider close to Eddie just hinted that the real reason Eddie kept his distance from Tyler was because he just always felt something weird about the guy. Tyler's public image is all about being a Christian, but from what Eddie's friends say, behind the scenes, Tyler wasn't living that way at all. And apparently, Eddie also felt some type of way about Tyler associating himself with prosperity preachers like Diddy's friend T.
Not Tyler Perry. And push the baby out.
And listen, Eddie Murphy's past isn't exactly squeaky clean either. If you know, you know. But Eddie turned his life around, got serious about family, stopped going to industry parties, and simply started living by his own rules. And that made him even less interested in dealing with someone like Tyler Perry. So the fact that Eddie kept rejecting Tyler's offers to work together clearly wasn't about the roles. It was about staying away from the mess Tyler was getting into when the cameras were off. But now I want to hear your thoughts on all this drama surrounding Tyler Perry and this lawsuit from Derek Dixon. Do you think Derek is telling the truth, or is it really just a shakedown? And how do you feel about Eddie Murphy refusing to work with Tyler? Leave all your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you in this next video.